Hello, everybody. Christy Woodson Harvey here, and I'm so excited because my book Beach House Rules, out May 27th, is just getting lots of good buzz, and it's been a wonderful lead up to the release. So, I really love writing columns, which is something that it's kind of how I got my start in writing. And so I wrote a few essays or columns, whatever you want to call them, to go along with Beach House Rules. One of them for Parade about how my own family beach trips inspired my new novel, Beach House Rules. And so I thought that I would read it to you for those of you who like to listen more than you like to read. Probably my audiobook people out there. Okay, so here we go. Growing up, I positively lived for the last full week of July, Rutledge Family Beach Week. Every year, my grandparents rented a huge beach house, and the 16 of us loaded up with sheets and groceries and boogie boards and sand shovels and caravanned from our different cities in North Carolina and Georgia to Debadeau, South Carolina, where we spent a week doing, well, nothing. During the day, the dads golfed while the moms and kids lazily breakfasted on fresh summer peaches and made our way down to the beach where, if we were really lucky, a tide pool would have formed. We'd eat homemade pimento cheese and real farm-fresh string beans and corn, purchased from a roadside vendor, shucked and snapped by us. And I can still smell Grandmommy's stand-up fried chicken, perhaps the most delicious and time-consuming treat of all. After dinner, we'd go out for ice cream, search for ghost crabs on the beach, play spades, and embark upon Scrabble tournaments that, as the night wore on, increased in their hilarity. We would stay up late into the night because, honestly, what isn't more fun at 2 a.m.? There was such splendor in the sameness of those days, in the way in which they were all a series of perfect simplicity and beautiful calm, that even while I was in them, I tried to slow down, savor, make them last long as if I could hold on to them forever. I mourn them in some ways, because I know we will never be able to reclaim them even if we tried. They were fleeting and ethereal in the same way as those sandcastles we would spend hours constructing, knowing that, come high tide, they would be washed away. What's mostly left for me now is a feeling, a golden, glorious glow, a light that will never dim. But there are distinct memories, and two, imprints in time of my cousins. The year Raymond got that first yellow Sony Discman, the year Catherine taught me how to cut off jeans and fray them to make shorts. Important work, as it would turn out. My first date with my now husband was a Dukes of Hazzard cocktail. The year Rutledge got his license, and Thomas had to warn Grandmommy that if girls were brought back to the house, he was also 16. He was 14, and for the record, she would only consent to lying by omission. The year Peyton, who was about to turn 1, woke Sydney and me up every morning with her singing toys that I can still sing the songs to. My new novel, Beach House Rules, is about none of this. It is also about all of this, because contained inside every cylinder and sliver of memory was one fine point. I never wanted those weeks to end. I fantasized about what it would be like to live under a roof with all the people I loved most all the time. My protagonist, Charlotte Sitterly in Beach House Rules, certainly never fantasizes about the day her house becomes a crime scene and her assets are frozen because her husband has been accused of a white-collar crime. But she learns, as we have many times in my own family, life doesn't always go according to plan. But sometimes the detour is the best part. When Charlotte and her daughter Iris move into the Mommune, Alice Bailey's beachfront former bed and breakfast, now also home to 2 other moms and their children, she doesn't yet know that they will form bonds that will change them unalterably, completely, forever. She doesn't know that each of the women and children that come into her life were a missing piece in her story that will not only heal her, but who will also help her move forward into the next chapter. Charlotte didn't know that, but I did, because I have experienced what time under a roof with people who love you can do. And I have learned, just like every single person in my new novel does, that life changes in an absolute instant. And so I think perhaps that's why I have felt so pressingly that we must reach out and claim those moments with the people that we love. June marks our last family wedding in my generation, and it occurred to me that it will have been 3 years since all of us were together, which means it's time. It's now or never. The family beach trip must be reinstated. My husband always cautions me that things have changed. We're adults now. The beach trip isn't going to be the same. You can't just plop a bunch of grown-ups into a house with all their spouses and their kids who didn't grow up together and expect to create the magic. Maybe he's right, but maybe that's okay. Different doesn't have to mean bad. And I finally reached a point in my life where I understand something. Creating new memories doesn't mean erasing the old ones. We can build something new while still remembering the way we were. And that's a good thing, because I loved the way we were. But I think I like who we're becoming even better. So I hope you enjoyed that little behind the scenes sneak peek into beach house rules and a little insight into the family that I grew up with. I really did love those beach weeks. And I think there is something of the magic that we made during those times inside this novel. So I hope it brings back some memories for you. I hope it's something that you want to share with a friend. And I appreciate all your support always. And I hope that you love Beach House Rules.